This week we are digging into And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. I'm Jamie Livingston.
And I'm Sarah Lyles, and we are so approachable. Okay, so this was your pick. Why did you pick this book?
I am very curious. This book is clearly something to do with the news business. And I'm back into news, and I thought it would be cute. It's a romance. It's supposed to be, I don't know, rom-com-y based off of some chick flick back in the day. So I'm excited. I have really no other expectation, but I love that it is into the TV sphere of things. So I kind of want to pick your brains. Just like if you think what is happening in the book is realistic or not. Like, I don't know. I haven't read it yet. So I'm curious to see if it is mildly realistic too.
That's one thing about these type of books. I'm always like wondering, how realistic are they? Like, are they actually diving into the actual newsroom, or are they just like creating it around this, newsroom?
Well, I'll let you know next week whether I think this is realistic or not. How about that?
That sounds good.
Okay. Tell me what this one is about.
All right, from the back of the book, two competing meteorologists are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry met Sally inspired romance from New York Times bestselling author B.K. Borison.
Jackson Clark and Delilah Stewart have had their fair share of run-ins over the years, often ending in disaster. While Jackson thrives on routine and organization from the comfort of his radio booth, Delilah loves the spontaneity and adventure out in the field. When they're partnered against their will to cover the snowstorm of the century, they find themselves scrambling to figure out how to work together.
Eager to be taken seriously as a journalist, Delilah offers Jackson a deal. If he can help her ace this assignment, she'll help him rediscover his long-lost fun side. With an undiscovered chemistry burning beneath their clashes, the unlikely partnership quickly tumbles into an easy and surprising friendship.
But when other feelings start to enter the equation, can Jackson and Delilah withstand the storm? Or does what happens in the mountains stay in the mountains?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Have you seen When Harry Met Sally?
Yes. And I enjoyed that. Did you?
I'm sure that I've seen it at some point in my life. Is it a Meg Ryan movie? I feel like it's a Meg Ryan movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm certain I've seen it, but I can't remember anything about it other than those are always very cute movies.
Yeah. They're, real serendipity type.
Right. So this is apparently like ripped straight from that. It's that whole trope or storyline. So if you like that, then this one's probably a good pick for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be good. All right. A little bit about the author. Tell me about the author.
Okay. Bex, B.K. Borison, is a New York Times, Sunday Times, and USA Today best-selling author of cozy contemporary romances featuring emotionally vulnerable characters and swoon-worthy settings. When she's not daydreaming about fictional characters doing fictional things, she's at home with her family, more than likely buying books she doesn't have room for.
Sounds like she likes romances and cozy things.
Yeah. So when I was looking into this one, it takes place in Baltimore, which is why I went and I found this backdrop behind me. This is an actual Baltimore street in the winter. So that was another reason why I picked this one, was because it's local. I mean, for us in Maryland, I'm no longer in Maryland, but I know a lot of our fans are in Maryland, so they might appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun that it's set in Baltimore, because Baltimore is like, 20 minutes for me. It's not far. It's not far
right. At all. I do want to note that this is a book 2 in a series. So I did ask somebody who's read them if it'll stand alone, and they're like, yeah, absolutely. Because the first one follows the storyline of, what is it, You've Got Mail? It's another one that clicks, and that's a radio, and somebody's calling in and trying to find love. So you can read that one too, and it's also in Baltimore because it takes place at the same radio station that this guy works at. But it is part of a series. So if you end up loving this one with us, there's a number 1, and there is a number 3 coming out in early 2027, I believe.
Oh, okay. So I wonder, does she just take movies and just kind of, write stories
I don't know. I
about them?
think that she does have some other series, so I think that might just be for this series. She's recreating those fan favorite rom-coms,
Okay.
but she's got the Love Light series as well as Ghosted. This is the Heartstrings series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has
And I mean, I
11
do.
books total.
Oh, so she's written quite a few books. I've
Yeah.
never heard of her until you recommended this one. So that's good to know. I did know that this has 4 chili peppers. So at least
Yeah.
2 intimate scenes, explicit language with the variety of sexual acts. So, that's one we'll try to divulge and pull out what you don't need to read if you don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. I'm curious because when I think of those movies, I don't think of explicit. Right.
Mm-mm.
It might just be a day and age where like that's really popular in books right now for our generation. But yeah, we always try to put up some spoilers that like in our next episode, we'll say if you don't want it, like avoid chapter 2 and page 57 or something along those lines. But yeah, 4 chili peppers. I think that's a high number for us. I feel like we've done 3. Have we done a 4?
I don't think so.
I'm trying
I
to
don't
think
think
if
so.
zombies was 4.
Oh, maybe. There
It
was a
might have
couple
been, but it
open
was really
door.
only like one open door scene in that one. So it might have just been a 3. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe.
We'll see. And if it's garbage and we DNF it, then we'll see.
We'll see. All right. So
Um,
this one has an overall, 3.95.
yeah.
So it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. So it's February of this year. So it's a
Hmm.
pretty new book. I mean, it has over 100,000 readings.
I will say it seems like a long book. It's almost 500 pages.
Yeah. I
I
have a
mean, it's
lot of
big.
thoughts about that.
I don't
I
know how far you are
mean,
into this book, but I mean, it is big. I don't know. I actually have like the physical copy so I can see just how big it is. You're not going to be able to see on that background. I don't
but
know.
to be 464 pages of a rom-com, that seems like a lot. So
Yeah.
hopefully she does a good job at like pulling apart the pieces and making them entertaining and not just like a drawn out unnecessary. But again, our next episode, we will definitely tell you how we feel about that.
Uh-huh. All right. So this one gets a solid 4. I'm going to give you a 5-star rating. This one comes from Nilufer. Thank you very much for having a crazy name. 5 stars. I think I'm officially addicted to BK Borison's new series. She's always been a master at crafting adorable, whip-smart main characters, but this time she also serves up a villain so loathsome, I wanted to turn him into a human punching bag.
Mm. Okay, sounds fun. I
Uh-huh.
have kind of a long one.
All right.
So I don't love long ones, but I liked this one. So EM gave it 5 stars. It says the tropes were clear and perfectly delivered. Grumpy and sunshine, opposites attract and forced proximity. The premise was simply adorable, and I love the entire cast of characters. Jackson's anxiety issues and Delilah's clumsy nature made both of them even more endearing, and I absolutely adored the way BK Borison wrote both of them. The way Jackson cares for and protects her sisters was so soft and heartfelt that it honestly overshadowed everything else in the best way. Family plays such a big role in this story, especially through Delilah and her grandpa, and that added so much warmth and emotional depth. Sweet, cozy, and full of heart. This one was so close to perfect for me.
Aw, I love that. So close to
I loved the
perfect.
family. I like
Okay.
the family dynamic too in that. So that's why I liked that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, on the flip side of things, honestly, when I'm looking at the Goodreads ratings, there were 4,500 ratings that were 2 stars or below. I mean, like 500 1-star reviews. So I went down to a 2-star for this one. It's from Victoria. And she says, the fact that I finished this is a miracle because this book was boring. I couldn't get into either character, and I thought their chemistry was so forced, just a meh for me. What was even the plot? Just not for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wah, wah. I actually
Huh.
found one of the 1 stars.
All right.
And again, it was hard to find one that, it was hard. So Katie gave it a 1 star. She said, I read 70% of this book. I don't like that they didn't finish it. And she said, I cannot finish. Tell me why this book is 450 pages of yip yap. It was beyond repetitive and it felt annoyed with characters the entire time. The first book in the series was so good, so I don't know why this one just did not sit well with me.
I mean, that's kind of what we were just saying. It seems like a long book, but if you're in that cozy zone, like I feel like it's got to be 450 enjoyable pages.
Well,
Yip
we'll find
yap.
out.
All right. Well, this, so the question that I am posing to you is first of all, do you like snow? Are you a fan of winter?
I love snow. I actually love big snowstorms, be stuck in the house for days. There's a point when it gets old, but I do. I love to watch snow. What about you?
Yeah, I like snow. Snow is beautiful. I mean, especially if you're warm and cozy on the inside and looking outside. But I mean, if you have snow gear and can go outside and play, 100%. I'm here for it. I grew up in Michigan and know what winters are actually like. So I'm down for it. So my second question then is, can you remember like this book is talking about like this big snowstorm that they have to cover together. Um, can you remember a huge snowstorm or something that like stands out in your brain as like super memorable?
So in 2016, I was first time pregnant. There was a big snowstorm here. You probably were here in Maryland. Were you here in Maryland
Mm-mm.
then? Yeah. No, so you don't even remember. So
Nope.
there was a big snowstorm that I was pregnant, so I could do nothing. I couldn't help shovel anything. I couldn't really have fun, but it was so big that we were like stuck in the house for 10 days. We became friends with all of our neighbors and played board games with them. And like, it was so fun. I just remember that being like let me be stuck in the house, but make the most of it because nobody's going anywhere.
Right. I just remember as a child, we lived on 10 acres in the country, and our neighbors had a gravel pit. And so, like, the ground just disappeared, and there's this big, like, cliff. I mean, probably like a 15-foot thing that we used to, like, climb up and slide down and do all the things. But when it snowed, it would drift over, and there was like a 10-foot drift after this huge snowstorm. I was probably like 10 to 15, somewhere around there. But it had drifted so far, and we were able to build this whole network of tunnels in those drifts, like going down that whole cliff. And so, like, each one of my siblings had our own little cocoon, and we would tunnel to the next person's. Like, that kind of stuff is so fun. And now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I would let my kids do that. Or like they would die and be buried in the snow or something.
I mean, accurate. The way that our parents were able to parent, and I say able because now we have no anxieties because social media brings them all, right? The way that we lived life was so different, but yet so amazing. So yeah, I can say snowstorms were amazing. I mean, I was born and raised for a while in Iowa, so we had lots of snow.
Well, and just even this past winter, we had that massive ice storm. Did you guys
Oh,
get out and
yes.
like do stuff in that at all?
Some, but there was only when it's ice, there's only so much you can do. I don't like ice storms. That's just like a disaster because there's black ice that's sliding. The ice is unforgiving. Your car is out of whack, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so, I'm not a huge fan. I was like, everyone just stay home. Don't fall.
Well, that was when we were clearing out our driveway. We had to use like this sharp shovel and crack through it. And my husband just went and made bricks. Like he carved out our entire driveway into these like 1 foot by 1 foot sections. And so we started making an igloo. And my igloo was taller than I was. And like we could have fit the entire family in there. So, I mean, we made the most of that because I was like, we're going to have to move it anyway. Why not just stack these chunks on top of each other? And they were like the perfect bricks for an igloo. It lasted for like 2 weeks in our front yard.
Yeah, it was insane how much ice we had. Yes, I used a pickaxe on most of it because it wasn't coming out. Like nothing was getting it.
Good thing you weren't pregnant.
Good thing, because I was no help. I was like, sorry, this is not just a ditch effort of I don't want to help shovel. It's like, I can't help shovel. I can't help you.
All right. Well, I am excited to read this one, especially because of the news vibes. And so I really can't wait to pick your brain next week about what actually happens in this book, because I think it's going to be absolutely not realistic. That's my prediction. But I'm sure there are aspects of it that I will relate to and be 100% happens in a newsroom.
Well, that's what I think is fun. I think it's fun when you or I have things that we know the true stories. And so this is one of those that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to hear. Is this real? Is this not real?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, until then, keep reading.
Keep ranting.
And remember, you are so approachable. Okay, the episode is over. Get reading.
But before you go, review, and subscribe.
Turn on notifications to get the alert when the full episode drops.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're reading next and join the conversation.
We're so excited to have you on board.